Hey, what's going on everybody? Big J Gleez here, and I want to go over the mesh concept and how it applies to Madden. And you'll notice that with this play setup, you have double shallow cross patterns, and that creates a mesh point when you come to the center of the field where the linebackers play. This will cause one of those linebackers to have to choose a receiver to cover, as well as the flat patterns will pull out any buzz zones, creating a vacant area in the field right here. Now we're going to run this play out of the two back, and we're going to see how this translates to Madden. So the mesh concept typically works best against a cover 3. Against a cover 2, you most often would hit that corner ball. As far as cover 3 goes, we're going to try to use this mesh concept. And you'll notice that the flat routes do pull the buzz or flat defenders out, and it does create space. We're having a little bit of an issue getting these linebackers confused. So as far as the mesh point goes in the middle of the field, it doesn't really translate to Madden. What we can do here is use these flat route patterns to pull the sideline defenders to the outside and create space in between the numbers and the hashes, or just outside the tackle box. And we're going to use the play verticals from the bunch, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our running back on a flat and put B on a slant over the middle. The flat pattern is going to pull the sideline defender to the outside. The slant is going to keep the middle defender down. Now, it's going to cause that middle defender to have to cover a whole lot of ground as the sideline defender gets pulled out to the sideline and creates a huge space for us to throw the ball in the middle of the field. You'll also notice that the slant pattern will cause the defender to have to choose the underneath or over top pattern. And regardless of what he chooses, he's going to lose because he has way too much ground to cover to the left and right of him. So as long as you make the correct read, whether it's the top receiver or the bottom receiver, you're going to be good to go. So what we've actually done here is we've utilized the mesh concept as well as the levels concept, and we've kind of smushed them into one type of play. And you can utilize this from any formation. You'll notice here in slow motion exactly what I'm talking about as the flat defender's pulled out. The linebacker has to choose levels as well as cover a tremendous amount of ground to the left of him. So you can utilize this in any type of formation, any type of play, as long as you have route combinations similar to this. And you'll actually see right here, I'm going to bring the play into the shotgun tight. And I'm going to run the play called stick. And I'm just going to put both of my receivers on the right on slants, and I'm going to put Y on a stick up fade. And you'll notice that space again is created. The flat pattern brings the sideline defender to the outside and creates a huge space and vacancy in the defense for us to throw the ball. Now, with all of these patterns that we have going over the middle, the defense is eventually going to have to come down and play these patterns, as you see that the B route also gets open in between zones. So what I've devised in this type of play, in this type of setup from this formation, we can put Y on that stick up fade, and against any cover 3, that player is going to get extremely open as long as you run it to the big side of the field. And we're just going to lob it over that cover 3 or deep third zone's head. So that forces a player to play back and allows you to throw those underneath patterns basically against the computer. This will ensure that you are successful and cause the defense to play honestly. Basically, for them to play the underneath patterns, they're going to have to play some type of cover 2 or have both safeties back in deep coverage, whether it's a cover 4 or a cover 2. So that's the mesh concept, is how it pertains to Madden. If you want to know more about the mesh concept and how it pertains to actual football, I'll put some links in the description below. The mesh concept is something that you probably see all the time when you're watching football, but you probably don't even realize it. So that's it. It's Big J Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button already, be sure that you do. And continue to game strong.